Okay, guys, yesterday at D23, that was a huge day for Star Wars news. And I think for the most part, a lot of Star Wars fans, for the first time in years, were happy. Now, we got the announcement that Obi-Wan Kenobi series is coming with Ewan McGregor. The Mandalorian trailer dropped and everybody seemed to like it. Clone Wars Season 7, we have a date for that. And we did get Episode 9 news, but however, with Star Wars Episode 9, nobody really said much. There was really no buzz for Episode 9 whatsoever. And that should tell you that the sequel trilogy doesn't mean much to Star Wars as a whole. Me, myself, I'm not a fan of the sequel trilogy, but I watched the Mandalorian trailer yesterday and it got me hyped for Star Wars once again. We got the announcement that Ewan McGregor was coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I was hyped for that. But yet, I'm going to tell you this. You need to be cautious because we've seen what Disney has done to the Star Wars franchise. Kathleen Kennedy and her minions have destroyed the brand. Now, me, myself, I know that she has almost nothing to do with The Mandalorian, probably not with Clone Wars Season 7 either, and we don't even know yet about Obi-Wan Kenobi. But The Mandalorian, for sure, is 100% Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Now, I went online and I was looking at some of the comments on what people were saying about the Mandalorian trailer, and just about everybody said this looks really, really good. But there's always a but with that. They said, but I don't know because of what Disney has done to Star Wars. That's the caveat right there. The sequel trilogy, Kathleen Kennedy, Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams, they have destroyed the brand. And Bob Iger too. They've destroyed the brand so much. When you get an awesome trailer like you did with The Mandalorian, people were just saying, wow, this looks really good, but I may not see it because of what Disney has done to Star Wars. Or, I don't know, Rian Johnson's still around. I can't support that. That's the damage. So I will say this. You do have to be cautious. You really, really do. Now, I will say this. What they did yesterday was the first step in kind of making Star Wars right again. We still have to see. Talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. I know that firsthand. I'm all about action. You can say whatever you want, but the action has to be there. So when somebody says that, I don't know about this, it looks great, but I can't support it, I get that. I really do get that. Now with Obi-Wan Kenobi, I was just super excited to hear Ewan McGregor was officially back on board as Obi-Wan Kenobi. We don't know what the story is. We don't know anything. But the script's already written for the TV show, which tells me that they probably had all this done 2 years ago when it was going to actually be announced as a movie. But then Solo: A Star Wars Story happened and it bombed, and they just kind of scrapped everything. So we'll have to play watch and see with Obi-Wan Kenobi. But however, Ewan McGregor, he's going to get people interested in watching him on screen no matter what. But I think probably now that Disney is probably realizing after D23, wait a minute, nobody's talking about Episode 9. Everybody is talking about Obi-Wan. Everybody's talking about The Mandalorian. So nobody cares about Rey. Nobody cares about Finn. And they did release a 10-second clip at D23 of Star Wars Episode 9. And nobody was saying much of anything about this. They even had Darth Vader's helmet like in some kind of cryo freeze that Kylo Ren had. And they're trying to, I guess, promote Darth Vader to promote this movie. But I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. You already had The Force Awakens. You already had The Last Jedi. I think people are just tired of the sequel trilogy. No buzz whatsoever from D23. Nobody's saying a word about it. I mean, there's a couple of videos out there saying, all right, this was leaked. That's about it. But it didn't have the same buzz as The Mandalorian. It didn't have the same buzz as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think that's what fans are really, really looking forward to. And The Mandalorian looks pretty amazing. I mean, there's even some Disney Star Wars stuff in The Mandalorian. You actually saw Death Troopers. I like the Death Troopers. There are individual things that I like about Disney Star Wars, but the movies, not so much. Rogue One, that was an anomaly. They knocked it out the park with Rogue One, in my opinion. But other than that, Solo, Episode 7, Episode 8, just trash. Just garbage. I didn't like any of those movies. The future of Star Wars seems to be on Disney Plus. And probably in the future, most all your big time movies and everything are going to be on Disney Plus. But that's another story for another day. So for now, I digress. But it's clear that Disney Plus seems to be the future of Star Wars, way above the movies. Because I think that The Mandalorian is probably going to get better ratings from the fans than Episode 9. Because we don't know how J.J. Abrams is going to be able to put together a movie to satisfy every fans after The Last Jedi disappointed so many people. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I'm not really anticipating much from Episode 9. But November 12th, The Mandalorian, I'm definitely checking that out. February, I'm definitely checking out Clone Wars Season 7. I'm much more excited for those than I am for Episode 9. The sequel trilogy, they ran out of chances already. But Episode 9, it's just going to be what it is. I don't think it's going to do much at all. The Mandalorian, I think this TV show could be a game changer for Star Wars fans. But we have to see it, so we have to be cautious. But I will admit, they have gained my interest, they have gained my attention by what they put out yesterday at D23. But how do you feel about this? Are you more excited now about Star Wars than you were yesterday after what you saw at D23? Be cautious. I'm gonna say it again, you have to be cautious. I'm trying to tell myself we need to be cautious because of what Disney has done to Star Wars. But they have taken the right steps based on yesterday in the right direction to at least get the attention of Star Wars fans back. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.